Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. Today we will be doing part 10 of a multi-part series of what to do with all that zucchini. And today we will be making a sweet recipe which we will also be canning when we make zucchini pineapple chunks or mock canned pineapple. So what we will be doing is peeling and seeding zucchini and cutting that into various shapes and sizes, and when combined with a sauce that we will make today, the zucchini will take on the flavor of a canned pineapple. And then we can use these zucchini pineapple chunks whatever we would use canned pineapple for. So for a Hawaiian pizza, or a pineapple upside down cake, or for simply snacking or making a fruit cocktail or placing over cottage cheese, whatever you would use canned pineapple for, then you could use this pantry staple for that we will create today. And I will take any remaining syrup that we make and can that as well, and then I can use that pineapple flavored syrup for cocktails, mocktails, or fruit punch. So we will create two different canned pantry staples with zucchini from our garden with the syrup that we make today for this recipe. Okay, so first what we're going to do today is get our zucchini peeled and seeded and cut into the shapes that we want to can today. So we'll cut the ends off. Now we'll cut these into the size we want to can. So if I did real skinny and small pieces, these could be like the little tidbits you find. And we have these nice small pieces that'll take on the pineapple flavor very well. So we'll get these cut into the size we want for canning here. And if you follow my channel, you may have seen a number of videos that I have for various ways to use zucchini. So if you are fortunate enough to have zucchini in your garden, or you're able to get it from a farmer's market or your local grocery store, or perhaps you have a friend or neighbor that has given you a bag full of zucchini and you're not sure what to do with all of it, check out my videos. There's a number of sweet and savory recipe ideas, some for canning, some for just eating and preparing, and maybe you'll find something that interests you as well. Zucchini is a very versatile produce item to grow in your garden or to use in recipes. It takes on a lot of different flavors, so you can use it in a multitude of different ways in the kitchen. So I can put some of my videos from that in the cards. You can check out the In the Kitchen playlist or food preservation playlist as well if you're interested in canning and freezing or dehydrating and other food preservation type methods. So I'm just peeling the skin, and then that little bit of green that remains once peeled, if there is a little bit, I'm trying to get that off as well. Okay, so I'll get the rest of these peeled, seeded, and cut into the size chunks I want for canning, and then we'll come back for the next step. Okay, so now we're going to work on making the syrup for our canning. So first we will add pure pineapple juice. So I have some bottled pineapple juice. It's not from concentrate. It's a 32-ounce bottle. We'll do a bottle and a half. So that is 48 ounces of the pineapple juice. Next, I'll add a half a cup of pure lemon juice. This is the lemon juice I use. And then we will add 3 cups of sugar. Okay, so now we'll just stir this up. We'll bring this up to a boil and cook it until the sugar dissolves. So we'll let this cook for a bit. Alright, so the sugar is dissolved and this is simmering now. So we will add the pineapple chunks and we'll cook them in this solution for about 20 minutes. I have 2 different size pineapple. I have a little bit larger, which will be for pineapple chunks, and a little bit smaller for the tidbits. So we'll do the larger chunks first. Add them to the pineapple juice syrup that we created. We'll just stir this in and we'll let this simmer in the liquid for about 20 minutes. Alright, so the zucchini chunks have been simmering in this pineapple juice syrup. So now what I'm going to do is place them into some pint jars for canning. So first I'll take some of the pieces and place them in. And by cooking these zucchini pieces in this pineapple syrup, it gave the zucchini a chance to soften as well as absorb all those nice sweet pineapple flavors. And now we'll add some of the cooking liquid or the pineapple syrup that we created to the jars to about a 1/2 inch headspace. Okay, now I'm going to add the tidbits, the smaller pieces of zucchini, into the cooking liquid or the pineapple juice syrup. For these larger chunks, I did 25 minutes, and then for the tidbits, I'll probably do 20. It's just enough to soften the zucchini just slightly, and so they can absorb the flavors. Then they'll have a similar consistency of canned pineapple. Now I wiped the rims off with a wet paper towel, and we'll place the lid and ring just finger tight. Good. And we'll get these into the water bath canner. Okay, so here we have the water bath canner. I have this on a separate burner here so that it frees up my stove top. Plus I have a glass cooktop, and I just feel more confident having the water bath canner on a separate burner. I can link this burner as well as the canning supplies I used today in the description box below. So test the temperature. Now we'll add the jars to the water bath canner, and these will process for 15 minutes. And that all depends on your altitude. And what I mean by that, in a lot of different canning cookbooks or in the manual that maybe came with your canner, there'll be an altitude chart. Here's one from the Ball Blue Book, and it shows boiling water method, your altitude in feet, followed by how much to increase your processing time as needed based on your altitude. So we will process this for 15 minutes, and then we'll come back and move on to the next step. Okay, so 15 minutes is up, so we'll remove the lid. We'll let these sit in the canner for about 5 minutes, then we'll move them over to the cooling and sealing area, and we'll get the smaller size pineapple pieces, the tidbits, put into their canning jars so that they can be processed. Alright, so these smaller zucchini pieces, which will be like the tidbit size for canning, have been cooking for about 20 minutes now. We'll get these into the jars. And for the tidbits, I'm going to do a little bit smaller jar. I'm going to do an 8-ounce regular mouth jar for these. I'll take my strainer again. Get the pieces in first. I wanted to do different size of the zucchini pieces so I can use them for different types of recipes. As mentioned earlier, I plan to use these for making Hawaiian pizza and for a pineapple upside down cake or pineapple upside down cupcakes, things like that, or for adding to make a fruit cocktail type salad. If we just want a snack of something sweet, you can have some of these. Alright, so now we will fill the jars up with the pineapple juice syrup that we created, this cooking liquid, to a 1/2 inch headspace. So I'm going to use the headspace tool that I have from my Ball Essentials canning kit. I'm just going to slide it around the edges here and throughout just to get any air bubbles out. Now there's a little bit of the cooking liquid left, so I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to can that up as well. Filling to a 1/2 inch headspace again. So you have a 1.5 pints of the pineapple juice and 5 8-ounce jars of the tidbits, or the smaller zucchini pieces. That'll be like the smaller canned pineapple that you can purchase. I'm just wiping off the rim here, as well as the threads on the side, because this is rather sticky. And now we'll just add the lid, followed by the ring. Finger tight. And the ring just keeps the lid in place while it's processing, so that once it cools and the lid seals down, the ring will be nice and loose and able to be removed easily. You can use that for other canning projects. Alright, let's get these into the water bath canner. Okay, so we're back to the water bath canner to do batch 2 of the pineapple pieces made from zucchini. So remove the lid, double check the temperature, we're good, and then we'll add the jars to be processed. So again, these will process for 15 minutes. If you need to reference the altitude chart that I showed earlier, you can certainly do so if you're at a different elevation. Let these process for 15 minutes. Alright, the 15-minute processing time is up on the smaller zucchini pieces to make the pineapple tidbits. We will remove the lid and let them sit in the canner for about 5 minutes. Then we'll move them over to the cooling and sealing area. Then we'll take a closer peek at the results. Alright, so here we have the canned mock pineapple. So we used zucchini and we made some larger chunk size in the pint jars and some tidbit size in the 8-ounce jars. And we had a 1.5 pints of pineapple juice that we used from the cooking liquid. And if you can see, the zucchini pieces have more of a yellowish tinge to them, and they do truly look like a canned pineapple. So I'm looking forward to having these on the pantry shelf and for using these for various recipes throughout the year. Well, I hope you enjoyed our time together in the kitchen and found this video today useful. And if you received some zucchini from a neighbor or friend, or you were able to have a harvest from your own garden or from the farmer's market, or perhaps you picked up some from the grocery store and you needed some ideas of what to do with zucchini, you can check out other videos that I have on my playlist for what to do with all that zucchini. And as other items become ripened and are harvested from our garden, I'll have some other food preservation and recipe videos for those as well. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.